Hey, up next on the MARR Army Rock Show, we've got a good friend of MARR and the MARR Army Rock Show. We have Smokey from the band Lion's Den. It's a brand new band, and he's going to tell us all about it. Bodie, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, we miss you, man. We haven't seen you in a little while, and the folks that listen to the show are going to want to know. So you've got a brand new band called Lion's Den. So why don't you tell people all about how you guys formed, how you found each other, and how the band came together?
Yeah, sure. So, as you know, I was in a band, Love and Vain, and when we went our separate ways, and actually there was another band that kind of, I guess separated a little bit, and they were looking for a new singer, and I'm not sure if a lot of people knew the band Aries. And, and they kind of broke off, and, one thing led to another. We were all talking one day, and we said, well, why don't we just put our own band together? And we did, and we just put it, called Lion's Den. It's pretty much all the members of Aries, and except for Rob, the singer, and then and me. So it's pretty much.
It's part of that ever-changing, interlockable parts of the Baltimore music scene, right? You see that happen a lot in the Baltimore market, but it's not unique to Baltimore. It happens in Philly and other cities too. So, hey, I'm kind of proud to see that your debut show is going to be in our neck of the woods, sort of. We're in Lancaster, but you're going to be up in York. Tell us about the debut show for the band.
Yeah, we're going to be up at a place called Fat Daddy's in York, PA. We're going to be playing with the band that's pretty well known over there called Leadfoot. And I'm excited to get back on stage. It's been a little while.
So what's the biggest challenge of doing a debut show with a new band? I mean, I'm sure you guys have been practicing and planning. What's the biggest challenge when you actually take that stage for the first time with a new group?
Well, you know what? I never really thought about it.
Maybe it's not the biggest challenge. Maybe it's just natural for you.
I mean, honestly, I joined this new band. And the whole point of music for me is really just to kind of get on stage and let it all out, and just to kind of, I guess, mesh with the crowd that's there, and just enjoy the night. So that's what I'm most excited for. When it comes down to what am I going to say on stage and do on stage and things like that, I kind of don't really even think about it. I feel like I probably should, but yeah, I kind of just get up there, and it's almost like, it's just kind of second nature almost.
So you got 2 singles out so far. I'm going to ask you about each of those tunes, but first tell us a little bit. I was happy to see yet another good production from our friend Tony Corelli, so tell us a little bit about working with Tony.
Oh, yeah, Deep End. Yeah, he's a great guy. We actually went to his studio last month and recorded 2 of our 2 songs, Killer Eyes and Shut the Door. And he, nothing but good things about him. He is a slight perfectionist, which is some musicians' nightmare, but others, it was a blessing, because even though there is sometimes some small things, why don't you do this or that or things like that, when the final product came out, I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, we have had quality band after quality band on this show coming out of Deep End Studios down there in Baltimore, so hats off to Tony for another job well done. So let's talk about some of those songs. First single out was Killer Eyes. Now tell us about the writing of that tune, how the band put that together. Did you do the vocals, or did you write the lyrics, or how did that process work?
I did. So with Killer Eyes, we actually, so we kind of just get together and jam and, play our instruments, and, I'll scat here and there just to come up with some melody lines and things like that. And for Killer Eyes, we were kind of just, just doing our thing and not really, I guess, putting certain things together. It's not like we came together and said, okay, look, we want X, Y, and Z to be like this. We want this. We want this. Killer Eyes is just plain and simple. It's just a rock and roll song. Nothing really too integrated in it. It's just, a fast, loud, in-your-face rock and roll song.
Tell us a little bit about Shut the Door. Was it a similar process for that one?
So Shut the Door was a little different than Killer Eyes. Shut the Door, there's a lot of working mechanics in that song, and we really wanted to kind of step outside of our comfort and our box a little bit. And once we did, it came together, and Sean Rhodes, which is the guitar player, makes some killer riffs. And once I heard some of those riffs coming out of his guitar, I was like, we need to keep that. We need to tune that, and we got everything settled for Shut the Door. And once that final product came out, that was it was great to hear.
So we mentioned the show up at Fat Daddy's in York on April 23rd. It's going to be your debut show. Now, we know about the 2 singles that are out. Will people get to hear other Lions Den tunes that we haven't heard yet so far at that show?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We have about 5 or 6. We have enough for like an EP that we're working on right now and writing and recording. We're gonna play some originals for them, and absolutely, it'll be probably about half and half originals, half covers. All in all, just a good time.
Now, do you have a timeline for the release of the EP yet? Do you have a ballpark of when folks might be able to pick that up?
We don't. We're working on it now. We have the 2 out of the 6 done, and so only 4 more to go. And so we're at this time, we haven't really let our foot off the gas. We're actually still writing more. Instead of going into the studio to get this EP done, we're actually keep writing and writing and writing. So we're just taking it one song at a time. I'm hoping that we can get the EP done by end of summer or maybe beginning of this coming fall. But no promises yet.
Now, as busy as you guys are working on it, I don't want to push you too hard here, but has there been any talk about a music video? And if so, which of the tunes might you work on with it?
There has been talk of music videos. We were thinking about doing maybe Shut the Door, but nothing yet. We don't really have too much of of what we would put in the video and things like that. Right now, we're really just concentrating on just writing new material and having a great time doing it.
So, hey, man, I always like to let folks get to know people a little bit. So, as part of the Baltimore music scene, do you get out much? I mean, I know somewhat the answer, 'cause I see it shows from time to time, but do you get to go see much live music? And if so, who do you like to go see when you're not on stage?
Oh, absolutely. One of my favorite things to do is to go out and see a band that I've never heard before. Sometimes it can come to as a surprise. Sometimes it's not so good, and sometimes it's amazing. You're like, who are these people? I've seen some great bands in the Baltimore area, and some of them, Sons of the Radio is a great band. Violence and Vanity, another good one. And it's always good to be a part of the music scene. A lot of people, they will still spend hundreds of dollars and, hours and hours to go see these really large bands that, frankly, that band has no idea you're there. And then yet, they kind of look down on going next door to the corner pub to see the local band. And, if we can only switch that around, and honestly, I'm not saying it just because I'm a musician, but I'm saying it just because, we need to get more of a neighborhood feeling going back into the music business. We need it to be more rock and roll and less business.
Yeah, man, and I couldn't agree with you more. And the two you pointed out there, man, Sons of the Radio and Violence and Vanity, 2 great bands out of Baltimore, so I was glad you highlighted them, and bands we feature regularly on the show. So, hey, Fody, the band is called Lions Den. Their premiere show is April 23rd at Fat Daddy's in York. And can people pick up the tunes on iTunes yet, or do they get them off of the website? Where can they find these tunes?
Well, as of right now, we are not charging a penny. So, by all means, go onto our Facebook page. Both of our singles are on there. Both of our singles are on Reverb Nation, SoundCloud. I think they're even on YouTube. So we're out there. So if you look for us, you'll find us. You don't have to give us a penny. If you're a cute girl, you can come give me a hug at a show. But that's all the payment that I need.
And what I'm going to tell folks, man, go out there, go see Lions Den, and as generous as the band is giving their music away, buy something from the band we're at the show, man. Go out, see them live, pick up a shirt, pick up something from the band of the show. And band, once again, it's called Lions Den. Fody, man, thanks again for being on the show. Always good talking to you.
It was a pleasure, K-Rock. Thanks so much.